Hello everyone, VanguardOfValor here, and welcome back to another episode of FTL here on board the VSS Panacea. Now, this little rock cruiser Type A has been doing some good work here for us in a very tricky challenge, which has so far proven pretty generous. It could undoubtedly get much more difficult, though. The challenge here is that we're not allowed to use any kind of healing for our crew at any point during this game. Never will our medbay be turned on, never will we use healing bombs or anything else that could potentially heal our crew. We have to make do with what we've got. So far, we've managed to acquire an extra crew member here, Chris, who has been helping us out by running our shield system. But there's no telling when any of these crew members could die and be lost forever. We're here in the third sector, so things have been going pretty well so far, although we are a little bit low on hull. Let's keep moving and see if we can actually turn this around here in the very friendly-looking Zoltan homeworlds. What have we here? We arrive at a Zoltan research facility where they say they're researching genetic distortion due to stasis sleep and prolonged FTL travel. We agree to participate in their study, and after calmly lining up for the Zoltans to take their readings, we are rewarded with 13 scrap and some cookies. No problem, Zoltan, anytime. So, that gives us some nice rewards. Let's jump over here and keep exploring the sector and see what else we can find around here. We jump straight into an asteroid field, which is unfortunate. We arrive at an asteroid field and are greeted by a Zoltan guard. By attempting to access these closed mining fields, you are in violation of the Natural Mineral Protection Act. Your weaponry will be confiscated for processing. Unfortunately, we don't have time for that. They have some pretty nasty weaponry for the asteroid belt, though. That drone by himself is going to seriously ruin our day. Let's turn off the oxygen quickly to turn the Artemis laser on, because we're going to want all the firepower we can manage right now. We're going to try and ion blast their shield, and hopefully they take an asteroid hit right before that happens. No such luck, because that would have meant that their shields went down on their own. We're going to ion blast them, then fire an Artemis missile in there, because if this hits a good timing... Oh, we just took some damage in the hull there, that's not so good. We're going to Artemis the shields, now that'll knock out their shields completely. There we go. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. That's right. That's not how that works. Now the next ion blast that hits them should turn it off. There we go. Heavy laser in the weapons. Good. That disabled their weapons entirely. Now all they have is the drone, which could potentially still be bad, but is not as likely to be a problem as otherwise. And I think the asteroids are actually going to kill them for us from the looks of it. Nope, we get the last shot. Heavy laser into the helm. Boop. Nice try there, energy bomber. You laid down a bunch of damage, but didn't hit anything important, i.e. our crew, so that's fine. Ship explodes, giving us 3 fuel, 2 missiles, and 28 scrap. Alright. Well, we don't need to go repair the medbay right now, but I probably should in case I ever want to use my system repair drone again. So let's run them in there and fix that. We have no spare power that'll accidentally let them get any healing, I don't think. Nope, there's no power that can give them healing when we repair this, so that's fine. We're just going to repair it so that our system repair drone doesn't do it by mistake later on. I did say I was never going to repair it, but come to think of it, it's actually not a very good idea to never repair it. There we go. And into the engines. Perfect. So, 116 scrap to burn, but we're in an asteroid belt, so we can't do anything anyway. Let's jump over here and see what this space has to offer. Scans reveal a large asteroid field nearby. Short-range scanners may discover useful materials while we wait for the FTL to recharge. Let's explore them and find what we find. Unfortunately, what we found was 5 damage. Ow. Some asteroids managed to get through our ship's defenses, and we took damage. That sucks. There's a store right behind us, though, so let's get over there and see what they're going to sell us. I want a teleporter to get more crew. A human ship hails, saying, "My friends, please, there is nothing I don't have, and there's nothing worth wanting that I can't get. Why not take a look around my shop?" He has a teleporter and an automated reloader, FTL gem, reverse ion field. Nothing that's super amazing. The automated reloader would be nice, but the crew teleporter is necessary, as are some repairs. We're going to sell the defense drone and the hull missile, and we can probably afford to buy more goods now because we have tons of stuff. If we sell the halberd beam, we'd be able to afford to get ourselves a cloak. Now that would be awesome. I'm just not convinced as of this very second that's our immediate choice. Dodging more damage is great. We already have 1 halberd beam, we probably don't need 2. Let's sell it. Problem is, then I wouldn't be able to buy any repairs. And we do very badly need repairs. I could sell the system repair drone, which is a bad decision, in the present, or for the future rather, but would let us get in the present, or we can sell the rock plating. Rock plating is a nice item though, because it gets that 15% hull damage negation, but we might just get rid of it just to be able to buy ourselves more repairs and get the cloaking right now. So, I think we're actually going to do this, because being able to dodge heavy weapons fire is super important on this ship. Yeah, we're going to do it. It's a silly decision, something I would never normally consider, because I could just heal my crew. I wouldn't need to rush systems like this, but we need a lot of different things in a hurry, so we're going to heal ourselves right back up to 20%, two-thirds hull rather, and that should make us a little bit more survivable. The other problem is that the enemy's defenses are getting stronger, so we need more firepower to break through. That was really expensive, but hopefully it pays off for us. Alright, let's keep moving and see what else we can do in this area. For a yellow space, by the time we notice a rebel ship behind the beacon, it's too late to avoid a fight. They've got 2 beam drones. Oh wow, that's scary nasty. Alright, well, let's power up our cloaking to dodge those lasers when they fire, and we're going to need the Artemis as well, so we're actually going to take down some of our engine power since we're going to be dodging the first salvo with cloaking anyway, so we can hopefully actually knock them out. And dodge. Okay. Artemis, please knock out the shields. Do not miss. Good. Ion Blast, go, don't miss. You missed. Alright, well we're gonna have to wait for the ion to come around again. They probably have system repair drones or something on that ship. Shields back up. Oh, shields up, come on. Oxygen damage, that's not good since our oxygen is turned off. We're gonna need it soon. Heavy laser in the weapons, go. Nope, Artemis in the weapons, go. We need to hit those weapons right now. We missed them again. Alright, not good. We're gonna go start fixing the oxygen before we all start suffocating. We missed them with the ion shot as well, which is really bad luck. Come on, game. Let us actually knock these guys out, please. Otherwise, we're going to take a bazillion damage we don't need to. And weapons missed again. No, I missed. I needed to shoot the shields that time. Thankfully, we've knocked them out, but we took another point of damage on the teleporter. Not that that really matters. Still, though, it's inconvenient. We have to use the other Artemis shot on the shields again because the shields are now down. Rather back up so that we can't just bust through them. Thankfully we breached them, which is good. Power into the oxygen so we don't suffocate, and we'll send antibody back over to the engines. We have our cloak up again if we need to dodge anything, which I probably should have done earlier, but it's really easy to get distracted in all the mess of stuff that happens right around now. They try and surrender by offering us 2 missiles, a drone part, and 17 scrap. We don't accept their surrender, we want their blood. We could Artemis them again, but I'm going to try and resist doing that. We're going to try and use the heavy laser only. We're going to heavy laser the shields to make sure they can't repair them. Here we go. And another laser comes in, that's fine. I want to try and get as much damage actually tanked by the ship as possible. Last heavy laser to the helm will kill them. There we go. Down goes the rebel rigger. Whew! Ship explodes, giving us a fuel, a missile, and 28 scrap, which is, I think, marginally better for us in the present. We're going to go send Antibody over to go repair that. He's a little bit slow to get over there, but that's fine. He's better than sending Kriz, who's faster to get there, but can't do anything when he does. And with this money, we're probably going to buy ourselves some more power, because evidently we need a lot of power now. Let's look at our jump map. Nothing interesting in front of us. We're going to buy ourselves another power bar immediately so we can run more systems at the same time. Because we need to, evidently. So, Antibody, you're going to run back over to the engines. And let's jump, I suppose. Yeah, time to move on. We have a couple options in front of us. Let's go this one. What's over here? We're hailed by a rebel ship. When the rebellion is complete, you'll see the safer world we provide. Well, you won't, but you get the point. And they arm weapons. Alright, well, that's not so good. They've got 2 levels of shields again. Thankfully, their weaponry isn't that scary. It just depends on what bomb this is. That's really the major concern for us. We're going to Artemis them in the shields here, try and knock out their defenses so we can get through with lasers. There we go, nice shot. Ion Blast hits the shields, auto-fire that thing. Bomb goes in the drone control. It's a small bomb, that's not so bad. Not as bad as it could have been. Hit the weapons, which will knock out everything except for the basic laser if we can ever hit them. Come on now. I don't want to have to waste more firepower, but we need to make sure these guys have their stuff disabled. Please knock that stuff off. Good. And we also breached it, which will slow them down for sure. Shields are coming back up, so we need to heavy laser the shield system before they fix it, because that is definitely a concern. There we go. Now it's back down so we can keep ioning them out. That is good. We've leveled up our gunning power to high maximum level, which is really good for the Ion Blast, actually. Hit them in the weapons to make sure they can't keep hitting us back if they ever try and get around repairing those. Looks like we set a fire in the shields, which is also very good for us. That'll slow them down. We're going to knock out their helm so they can't run away, and they're trying to offer us 4 fuel, 3 missiles, and 17 scrap as a reward for leaving them alone. That's a pretty good reward. The fuel and the missiles alone are pretty good, but we're not going to accept their surrender. We're going to murder them because we're terrible people like that. Last shot hits them in the engines and we'll kill them. Hopefully we get a better reward. Odds are unlikely, though. What do we get? 1 fuel, 1 missile, 26 scrap. So less actual value, but more scrap that we can immediately use. I probably should have taken that offer, but I'm okay with not having done so. With our 41 remaining scrap, we might start powering up our cloaking soon, so that we can avoid more damage if at all possible, or we might save up and try and get level 3 shields, because those are always valuable. Now, we might do a couple jumps here in the nebula, which will slow down the rebels, so that'll be good for us, but we might have ion storms, which are very bad for us right now. Let's try one anyway, though, and see how our luck is. Nothing too bad here yet. We cross paths with an advanced scout of the rebel fleet searching this section of the nebula for our ship. They've got, Artemis missiles. They're starting to bring out the bigger guns. Artemis missiles are bad news for us. I probably should have repaired this before I left as well, but it doesn't really matter right now because we're going to cloak out and dodge this attack anyway, and we should be able to take them down because they only have one level of shields. Just depends how good their evasion is. But yeah, Artemis missiles are scary stuff, so hopefully we can hit him before he does anything to us. And knock out the weapons. Here comes the first salvo. We dodge. Gives us 100% evasion, thankfully. We're going to actually Artemis their weapons. I want them to be down. That's worth spending a missile on, in my opinion, to make sure they can't hit us with one of those. Now we breach them, or at least heavy laser them to try and knock them out for real. And they're going to die in 2 more hits, so that's fine. We'll turn off the heavy laser because it's going to knock against the shield right now. No point in doing that. And missed again. Awesome. One of these days we'll actually hit them. They can repair their weapons, but they're going to be very slow since they're AI. And we didn't breach them yet, and they won't be able to repair the Artemis launcher until they've actually gotten at least 2 power bars repaired. Then it has to reload, so that's fine. Down goes the auto scout, safe and sound. Ship explodes, giving us a fuel-drone part and 28 scrap. Very nice. We should fix this thing before we forget, so let's send immunity in there to heal up our drone control in case we need that system repair drone for anything. The main thing I imagine us needing the system repair drone for is repairing breaches that are in unfortunate positions with no oxygen, but that's not going to be a problem much in the future. The other thing we can do with that is turn it on if they like breach our helm or something. We want to fix it in a hurry, which is probably what we'll do, because I think they're repaired about the same rate as an NG, or slightly faster than a full-ranked NG or something. I don't remember. They're repaired at a high rate though, which makes them pretty good considering the rest of our crew is not really great at repairs. We have 69 scrap to hold on to now. I'm going to keep that a little bit longer. Let's jump over to this other... Will I? We'll buy 1 more power bar now because we can use that immediately, and then we can also use it in the higher level cloak if we want it later. Although I can also buy that right now, can't I? I can. Let's just buy that. Why not? Alright, and we'll jump over to the other nebula beacon. Hope it's not an ion storm, which it isn't. Perfect. And what do we find here? Oh wow, a 3-shield enemy. I don't think we can fight them, really. It's worrying that the rebels have penetrated so deep into uncharted space, even if it is only an unmanned craft. It arms its weapons, and we should do the same. Well, it's not going to hurt us very much. It's only got a couple little lasers, and they're not going to time very well. But that is a pain in the butt ship to fight. We're going to try. We'll send an Artemis missile their way and see if we can knock down their shields. That's 1 shield down. If we can get another Artemis in there, we might be able to fight them. We might only need 2 Artemis missiles to be able to beat them. So let's see if we get lucky here and get another shot succeed. Oh, no, that's a miss. Alright, the odds of us being able to stay here and fight them are rapidly decreasing as my willingness to put up with them being able to repair themselves lessens. Oh, we hit them again. Okay, we might be able to beat them. If we can get the heavy laser in there quick. Make sure they can't repair the shields anymore. Good, okay, now they're down to less bars, which is perfect. Ion Blast, you're going to auto-fire the shields. We just shot their laser, which is annoying. It slows us down a little bit. Knock out the helm since they can't dodge anyway. And now they're dead. Alright, took a couple missiles, but that wound up being pretty good. If it had cost more than 3 missiles, I probably wouldn't have stayed to fight them, but that wound up being nice. We could have also switched to the halberd beam, but we don't have enough power to run them as well as anything else. Ship explodes, giving us a missile, a drone part, and 22 scrap, which is great. And there's a store right over there, but we're not going to go there right away if we can help it. We should be able to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the number of jumps we have left. I'm not sure about that. The store isn't a great boon though, because we don't have anything to sell them. We don't have a lot of scrap to actually use, so that doesn't help us much. A strange vessel approaches, a digital message appears on our view screen, and they say that this is an automated merchant, refilling the vessel with fuel and will supply us with drones. We don't need drone parts, we reject their offer with scorn. So, do we go to the store or do we not go to the store? We don't go to the store, we have nothing to sell, we have no money worth buying with. All we buy is a couple repairs, we can do that somewhere else later. We arrive at a primitive planet we heard about at the cantina and are surprised to see a Zoltan ship facing off against a rebel assault craft. We tap into their frequency and hear the rebel captain yelling, "We are liberating this planet in the name of the new galactic government! These aliens will not be left in ignorance where they cannot be of use!" Well, we can make first contact with the primitive aliens, which seems like a bad idea to me, or we can protect the aliens' way of life by attacking the rebels. Let's do it. Those rebels are bad news anyway. These creatures should be left to develop at their own pace, and we direct all weapons on the rebel ship and begin the firing sequence. Pew pew! Also, they have Artemis missiles, which is bad news for us, but hopefully nothing we can't deal with. Especially since we have a more powerful cloak now, which we're going to power up and use. So, Artemis missiles going to be firing at the same time as their Artemis missiles. Surprise, surprise. Go! Actually, it's a little bit faster because we have higher level gunners. And now we dodge. Perfect. Now we're going to Ion Blast, hit them in the shields. This isn't really going to affect how long our cloak lasts very well, but that's fine. And knock out the weapons. Perfect. Artemis missiles disabled. Now they can't hurt us. Now we're laughing. We shouldn't need to use the Artemises ever again, although they have... Oh wow, they have repair drones or something. They fix that stuff quickly. Alright, we're going to need more firepower. This is not good for us. Yeah, this is going to be bad news for us, but we're going to heavy laser them in the weapons again. The shields should stay disabled long enough for us to heavy laser them again, hopefully. Good. Alright, heavy laser the shields. Perfect. They got the Artemis missiles back online, but we should be able to kill them before they can fire them. We have the cloak ready again anyway. So, heavy laser go. It looks like the drone moved out of the shields into the weapons, which is exactly what we needed. That worked out really nicely. Perfect. The Zoltan hail once the smoke disperses.
Thank you. We were led to believe Federation ideals died along with the Federation itself. Let us aid you a little, for old time's sake.
We accept the reward and scrap, and then collect some Marines from the rebel ship, getting 28 scrap and a small bomb. Well, small bomb, not the best, but I'll take it. We're probably going to wind up selling that, because Artemis missiles... Well, I don't know. Small bombs are about as good as Artemis missiles, honestly, because Artemis missiles have to travel. The only thing about them that's better is the faster charge time. Plus, they can also, you know, cause fires and breaches, which small bombs don't do that. But, yeah. Small bombs might be better for bypassing things like drone defenses, though, so that might be good to hold on to. I don't know, though. We have a lot of options in front of us here. Let's keep jumping. We can go to the exit, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to go there next. We have one more jump before we have to leave the sector. So let's see what's over here. Free system repair drone, what do you know? An abandoned space station circles a lonely planet. Quick check yield schematics for a drone. We get 16 scrap, and like I said, system repair drone. Let's turn that oxygen back on before we suffocate to death. Yeah, that'd be nice. Whoops! Easy to forget that. This is a really bad ship to forget it on, because any suffocation time will literally kill our crew. We've gotten really lucky with crew damage, though. Not many shots have hit systems that our crew are in. So this is going pretty well. If we get unlucky and people hit them with like breach missiles or something, we could just die instantly, and that's not exactly what we were looking for happening here. That cloak should help us survive, though, without ever having access to heals. So far we're doing okay. I'm probably going to save up my scrap a little bit longer and see if we can get anything interesting at the next sector, but, yeah. Let's jump over to the exit and see what's over there. We got unlucky, didn't get the Zoltan special event, but that's fine. We arrived here at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, we can jump to the next sector. Here, we see a small station fitted with hundreds of repair drones. We receive an automated message saying that they don't know who we are and don't care, but that we can get some ship repair here. Well, let's repair 5 damage for 10 scrap, because that's very cheap. That's at the cheapest possible rate of only 2 scrap per point, and we could use a little bit of repair, so there we go. That'll do, and it's nice and easily accessible here. On to the next sector. What are our options? Zoltan-controlled sector, NG-controlled sector. I don't really want to go to the Zoltan-controlled sector because it reduces our options for the next area, even though we know Zoltan sectors are good for us. We're going to go to the NG-controlled sector and hope for the best there. Now, we're probably going to have to power up weapons with the remainder of our money, because honestly, we don't have enough firepower to fight these enemies now that they're starting to have 2 shield bars, especially not once they start getting 3 or 4. So, we've arrived in NG space, and the Mantis have been threatening the NG core worlds, but we should be able to stock up for our journey. What do we see here? Store beacon, distress beacon. Nice early things to find. We might go to the store first, but I think we'll go there after. What we're going to do, though, is we're definitely going to upgrade our weapon system, because we need that extra weapons power sometimes. There we go. Now we can at least run the halberd beam in something else, which means we can charge this thing if we're going to have to rely on it. It doesn't seem like a great option, but it's better than nothing. I'd rather get it working with other systems, though, so we're going to need to buy a bunch of power for this thing as we progress here. Let's check out the distress beacon and see if our rockmen can get us any free rewards, and then we'll move on and probably check out the shop. Nope, it's a fight. The distress signal originates at a small NG ship under attack by a rebel fighter. When they see Federation markings, they turn to attack. Well, their weaponry is kind of dangerous. They don't have any boarding capabilities, though. They only have 2 shield bars. We should be able to fight them okay. The big danger is when enemies start having 3 shields more regularly, because that's going to be hard for us to deal with. Artemis in the shield system, don't want to auto-fire that. Had to change my mind there in a hurry. thankfully they got pretty unlucky with their aim there, didn't get through with anything, but unfortunately we got unlucky with our aim and didn't hit them in the shields either. We're getting very low on missiles, so the Artemises are getting fairly unreliable. There we go, and we ion blast them to try and make sure we can keep the defenses down. We also cloak so nothing else fires at us while we have our no shields active. There we go, and we're going to heavy laser them into weapons to make sure they lose their ability to hurt us. We missed, unfortunately. I have a feeling there's a bunch of people in there repairing right now, which makes this kind of worrying. Auto-fire that at the shields to keep them disabled. Yep, they're already back up to more bars. Let's drop another missile in there. Alright, ion blast them again. They definitely have a repair drone of some kind, which is a problem for us for sure. We're going to direct the next heavy laser at the drone control as such. Missed again. Awesome. That's probably going to force us to use another missile. And the ion blast just hit that drone, so that's great. Yeah, this is exactly what I was worried about. We don't have the firepower to actually hurt these guys, apart from firing missiles at them incessantly, which is not at all what you want to have happen. At least we're getting lucky with our hits here. Please hit the drone control. Also, we're cloaking now. There we go, we hit the drone control. That should turn off the defense drone, or rather the repair drone, which is allowing them to repair so fast, but apparently not. It appears to have only hit the top layer drone. Fire another missile. This is super wasteful mode, and we missed. We need to be able to kill these guys, and this is really the only way it's going to happen. One more heavy laser shot that gets through will do it, but we need to actually get through with one first. Alright, now this should kill them as long as we don't miss it. Good. Rebel rigger goes down. That's way too many missiles. Alright, the rebels destroyed to pick the bones of their ship and wait for the small NG ship to catch up. We get 3 fuel, a missile, and 21 scrap. The NG vessel turns out to be very poorly equipped, barely a runabout, really. They're trying to outrun the rebels and need all the help they can get. Well, normally this is a great option because this gets you NG medbots, but we don't want NG medbots because we're not healing. So, we're not going to give them anything, because giving them 25 scrap and risking getting nothing is a pretty big danger for us right now, so we're not going to give them anything. The NGs can't feel fear, so they bear us no ill will when we explain we're unwilling to help. They set off on their journey, and we do the same. Sorry, NGs, this is one time where I cannot help you. Look at all them distress beacons, holy cow. We can jump over to this one, then check out the store. That might actually be better for us if we can get some more things for free. Might even check out both stores, because if we go here, we could come around this side maybe afterwards, who knows. Let's go to this distress beacon first, though. Seems like the best option for us, and we'll see what we can get. We really need some better lasers or better weaponry. A ship without life forms within a nearby dense asteroid field is giving off the distress call. Oh, we got rid of our rock plating, so we don't get the free event that gets us straight into the crystal cruiser. Ugh, that's like one of the things I think is good for. Let's search for the ship. We find a pirate ship damaged and abandoned. We get 2 missiles, a drone part, 28 scrap, and move on. That's unfortunate, because normally the rock plating doesn't do you a whole lot of good, but that single event is what it's great for. Of course, Crystal Crew is not what we would have taken. We would have taken the weapon, I think, because the Crystal Crew would probably die immediately with some lucky bad luck or whatever. Let's jump over this way and see what we can find over here. What's all this about? We arrive at a populated sector where a merchant is mass broadcasting a request for a mercenary ship to aid them. We respond, and he says that a freighter carrying a shipment of his goods is a week late. The fools flew through a pirate-filled sector in their haste, and he fears for the cargo's safety. He's looking for a less than competent captain to investigate, and we agree to help him. Alright, so that gives us a quest directly opposite of where we want to go. Jerks! Alright, we're going to the store. Too bad. You should have put it somewhere else if you wanted us to go investigate it anytime soon. NG can do remarkable things with just a pile of scrap. The NG at this beacon are selling equipment for just that. They have weapons we can use. Oh, yes they do. Burst Laser Mark II. Absolutely. Done and done. They also have another ion blast, which would be a really nice thing to have. We're going to sell the Artemis missiles, I think, because we're not going to need them anymore, and we're very low on missile power now. With the burst laser instead, that's the same amount, that's a little bit more power, but it gives us a lot more firepower and doesn't use up missiles all the time. So, we're going to sell the Artemis, unfortunately. It's a very nice missile launcher, but no good for us anymore. There we go, swap this around a little bit. And I'm going to sell one of the system repair drones, don't need 2 of those, and we're going to sell the small bomb as well, because I can't afford to use those right now. Now, that's pretty good firepower, but in order to use it, we have to use more power, which means we're probably going to need some of this for that. I could buy another ion blast, which is a really nice combo to pair with a halberd beam later. I don't know. We're going to buy this for later. I have a feeling that'll be very useful later. Combining 2 ion blasts, a halberd beam, and you can still have 3 power for other things is very nice, especially if you like a burst laser or something. Like, we'd even drop the heavy laser, do double ion blast, burst laser. That would be pretty good for breaking down shields, and we'd still do a good amount of damage. I don't know, we'll think about that. We're going to keep that for now. We don't need to buy anything else, I don't think. Maybe a bit more fuel? I want to buy up another power bar before I do anything else, though. So we buy a power bar, and we'll spend the remaining money on fuel in the store. Perfect. Good thing we upgraded this to 4 bars now, because we can run all these things at the same time, and we have the power to do it as well. Very nice. That is pretty much exactly what we needed. So that's great. This is just beacon over here. I think we're just going to abandon this quest because it's really inopportune to go to. Let's go over this way and see what else we can do. Distress beacon. Hello. We arrive at the pirate distress beacon near a small asteroid belt and find a ship with pirate markings partially crushed between 2 large rocks. They must have been illegally mining the belt without proper equipment, but thankfully for them we have a beam weapon so we can carefully cut their ship out. We use the beam to make a few precision cuts in the asteroid. The ship gives a quick burst of thrust and the rock crumbles away. They thank us and offer us some of the resources they've collected, giving us a missile, a drone part, and 38 scrap. Awesome. I'd love to get a defense drone at some point, but we're not getting lucky with those either. 38 scrap is not bad though, and we can easily make this jump across here, so we're not stranded. Let's jump here and keep moving. Fight. It looks like a rebel ship has been patrolling the region, and as soon as we arrive, it begins its assault. Oh boy, look at them rockets. This could be very nasty for us. Well, we're going to do our best to not die a horrible death and continue onwards. So, probably going to need some more cloaking power for this one. Turn off the oxygen temporarily to get that opportunity. Now, they have a lot of shields, but we have a lot of shield busting now that we have extra burst lasers, so I'm not so scared. We're going to use the Ion Blast auto fire on their shields, of course. Now, we're going to need a couple more seconds to use their other rocket. There we go. We're going to fire our burst lasers at the weapons, I think. And we're going to go fire. Heavy laser fires next. No, it doesn't. It fires a little bit later. Now we cloak. So we dodge the missiles. There we go. And we heavy lasers as quickly as we can to get to the... Nope, timing was off and it missed anyway, so that's fine. Alright, this is not good though. We need to damage those weapons much faster, otherwise we risk taking a bazillion points of damage here. Now they're going to be ready to fire those missiles again in a second, but thankfully for us, we're also ready to fire right about now, so we're going to take another salvo at the weapons room. And we missed a bunch more, but at least we knocked out one of the missiles. That's better than nothing. We're probably going to take some missile damage this fight, which is not okay, so there's nothing we can do about it. They're repairing their systems in a hurry. Here comes the missile, hits us in an empty room. That's better than nothing. Alright, now it's going to be time to fire again, so drop that burst laser, drop the heavy laser, please hit this time. There we go, knocked out both of their missile weapons. That's exactly what we wanted. Now we want to turn our oxygen back on soon, because we're down to only 61%. We're going to hold on for a little bit longer though, and see if we can make it last. Ion Blast, please hit next time. The Artemis missile's back online, but our cloak is ready. Alright, and burst lasers, go, heavy laser, go. There we go. Knocked the systems completely offline. That's great. We're going to take power to the engines to run the oxygen so we don't suffocate, since we're down at less than 50%. And we should be able to keep going here. This is really good. Finding that Burst Laser Mark II is really convenient, as it is one of the most damage to power efficient weapons in the game, although our aim is apparently really bad all of a sudden. Come on, Ion Blast. Actually hit them. Oh my goodness, it's another miss. I could fire and hopefully get through their shields with brute force, but I really just want to hit them with the Ion Blast so I can do some more direct damage. And we missed them again! Okay, that's not happening. There we go, knocked out the weapons. Unfortunately now they're charging their FTL drive, which is going to make things a bit more difficult for us. We need the Ion Blast to hit this time so we can kill them. Thank you. Alright, now we should be able to kill them this time. We're going to fire the burst laser at the helm and the heavy laser at the helm. Nobody's actually in the helm, so we're not in that much trouble anyway, and down they go. Perfect. We took one missile to an empty room. Didn't even breach it. That's great. Ship explodes, giving us 2 fuel, 2 missiles, and 25 scrap. Okay, that could have been much, much worse. There's another store over there. We might even be able to jump back to this quest beacon. Let's go over here first. See if we can jump back to that quest. I don't think we can, though. I don't think we have quite enough time. We'll see, though. If we can jump over there and get the quest, I might do it anyway. I like that background. Very nice. A ship refueling station is here. We can purchase some fuel. We definitely will. 6 fuel for 12 scrap is a nice deal. And it looks like it's overrun, so we can't go back there. That's too bad. But we still have a good amount of time here left in this part of the sector, so let's jump around a little bit. Let's go over here next. 21 fuel left is plenty. What do we find here? The complex arrangements of ship hulls and FTL drive capacitors floating abandoned in space suggest the NG were here not too long ago, but no longer. Alright, let's go over here then. How many jumps do we have left? We have like 1, 2-ish, 3-ish, 4-ish, so probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then out of here. Depends if we get anything else good, or if we want to really go risk our luck at the shop. We have nothing else to sell. We quickly come across a pirate in hot pursuit of an unidentified ship. We receive a transmission from the pirate saying, "Stay out of this fight and we'll make it worth your while." They've got a lot of lasers, holy cow. We can accept their bribe and not risk taking 50 gazillion damage from these guys, or we can fight them and try and get some kind of reward. Now, we can probably do pretty good damage to them with our cloak ability to prevent early game damage, with our ability to do a lot of lasers. We might miss a lot though, but we're going to try and be a hero and attack the pirate, because why not? The pirate ship stops his pursuit and locks weapons. This might be a terrible idea. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lasers they can fire at us, and 3 shields. Thankfully, they don't have a lot of other systems, but that's still a lot of firepower. Now we're going to wait until the last possible second and try and cloak out as much of this as we can. We're going to wait to dodge those 2 attacks is the primary thing here. But we're also going to blast them as soon as we can. There we go, turned off some of their firepower. Now we go for the cloaking attack. Turn off the ion blast. Now our cloak lasts a little bit longer, they don't get to charge their weapons as much, and we're going to get another shot with the ion blast in before anything else happens anyway. Oh, hang on. Wrong button presses are happening. And now we go for the weapons again. I'm attacking the wrong system, that doesn't really matter. There we go, more lasers are disabled, they're going to be repairing them with all of their possible speed. It looks like they must have NG on board there, because they're repairing quite quickly. But their heavier weapons are offline, so we're actually in a pretty good spot right now. We don't have a cloak again for quite a little bit longer, but it doesn't look like we're going to need it, because we have another attack ready to go here. We're going to wait for the iron blast to actually hit first, because otherwise they're going to regenerate a shield bar. There we go, makes it harder for us to get through. There we go. They're trying to run away now, but let's see if they actually have somebody on the helm. They do. Okay, that's going to make things a bit more difficult. We're going to aim for the helm next and hopefully use our cloak to dodge their next salvo, because that way we'll be okay. They are still charging. Yep, that's not so good. We do not want these guys to run from us. So, burst lasers are ready. We're going to aim them at the helm. Knock out that helm so they cannot leave. Thankfully, wow, we only got 1 point of damage in there. That's not so good. But luckily it was enough to knock it offline, so we get another shot charged up. Please hit their ion good. Alright, now it's fire, and fire. There we go. They try and surrender, offering us 3 fuel, 5 missiles, and 19 scrap. That's pretty good. But if we kill them, we'll get whatever reward we could have gotten from the people they were fighting as well, which is probably better for us. So we're going to reject the offer and continue our assault. Now, if they get that repaired in a hurry and then they run, we might regret that decision, but I don't think they will, since it looks like they're trying to fix other things and they're not actually in the helm. Either that or they're just very slow repair people. There we go. And now they should die. Unless we get super unlucky. Nope, there they go. Goodbye, Slug Interceptor. Nice try. You give us 40 scrap! Holy cow, that is a lot. That was a good reward. I'm glad I didn't take that surrender. We go to examine the ship we just saved, and we are too late. A hull breach deprived the crew of oxygen during our fight with the pirates, but we salvaged another 36 scrap. That's madness. They didn't even manage to hurt us, and we got like 76 scrap out of them? Yes, please. I made the right decision there. Alright, let's jump to this store, and then we should have enough jumps to make it back to the exit safely. So let's see what the store offers. If they have another Burst Laser Mark II, I will just laugh. Just laugh. A message arrives. Your scrap, ours. Our weapons for you. We're about to raise the shields, and we realize it's just an NG trader looking for a trade. They have crew, an Ion Blast Mark II, which is an amazing weapon. Jorlak the NG and Matt the Zoltan. Well, I don't want to buy a Zoltan, because like I mentioned earlier, they're super susceptible to death. But I might buy Jorlak. Getting an NG would be a really good benefit right now. And we already have 2 Ion Blasts. I don't think I need to really go for the Ion Blast Mark II. This thing is really fast, though. But 2 Ion Blasts is basically just as good, although it does take up 2 slots. It takes 1 less power. So, we're going to buy Jorlak. Getting one of these seems like a good idea. We have a plenty of scrap. Alright, that seems good. And don't even need to buy that much fuel, really. We'll hold on to the rest of our money, I think. Awesome. Welcome aboard, Jorlak. You can go chill out in the shields, I guess, for now, and I'll send you wherever I need you. Actually, you'll no, that room gets hit a lot. I don't know where to put him. Put him over there, maybe? In the back of the ship. Back of the ship room doesn't get hit half as much as that front of the ship room seems to. So he can chill out over there and then go repair things when they take damage. Make sure we don't die as much. That seems like a good idea to me. With 78 more scrap, what do we want to buy? I think we're going to save up for level 3 shields. Level 3 cloaking would be nice, but if we're going to go for cloaking, we really need to get stealth weapons first. Still no defense drone either, which is really disappointing. That was like 80 scrap we haven't really been able to take advantage of yet. More weapons power would always be nice. Protects our weaponry from system damage or what have you. But I think we're going to go for the higher level shields soon. So we're going to hold on to it for now, and we'll keep moving. Let's jump back over towards the exit and see what we can get over here before we finish off the sector. There must have been rich pickings for pirates around here up until the war broke out. The pirate we encounter here looks worn down but hungry. We'll have to fight. Burst Laser Mark II and a Halberd Beam. They are pretty well equipped. Thankfully, they're not as super high shielded as the last enemy was, but that's a pretty nasty arsenal. We're probably going to try and dodge this, because if we can dodge the burst laser, then we shouldn't take too much damage from retaliation, and especially if we can actually get a good combo off here. There we go. We knocked out everything there. Not a problem. We don't even need to cloak. Good hits. I was worried if we missed a couple shots there, we wouldn't be able to do as much, but thankfully for us, our crew is pretty good aim. There we go. All their systems are disabled and their helm is disabled, so that'll slow down their ability to run later if they decide they want to run, given that they are pirates. And I think next shot we're actually going to go for the shields to prevent their ability to protect themselves. They request their lives, offering 4 missiles, a drone part, and 19 scrap. We don't accept their surrender. We don't need missiles anymore, and we have easily enough firepower here to murder them utterly. The odds of them being able to run away at this point are basically nil. And they're dead. Goodbye, slugs. What do we get from them in return after killing them? The much better reward. Ship explodes, giving us 2 fuel, a drone part, and 38 scrap, which actually gives us the power we need to upgrade our shields, which is awesome. Doesn't give us the power to run it, but we can use cloaking power or whatever for that if we need to, and that probably will give us a lot of opportunities to completely avoid damage. Let's go over here to the exit and get out of dodge. What's going on at the exit? I like this yellow area. It's very nice. We've arrived at the long-range beacon. Of course, when the FTL drive is charged, we'll be able to jump to the next sector, and we find a civilian space station with heavy damage. We receive a message saying they've been hit hard by the war and need more drone parts to speed their repairs. They offer to buy ours if we have extra, and normally I wouldn't sell them, but we don't have the drone we want anyway. So we might as well sell them the drone parts for scrap, because at this point, getting 4 scrap for each drone part is pretty good. I'd rather sell them like 10 drone parts than 12 or like 8, but I don't have that option, so I'm going to go for sell 12 for 48 scrap, because the scrap is more important to us right now. There we go. And we'll get more drone parts over time too, since we're not using any. That scrap is great though, because it lets us immediately buy the power bars we need to run the shields all the time. Fantastic. Alright, we are looking pretty solid here, surprisingly enough. Our crew has been surviving really well, despite never being able to use the medbay. We'll see if that continues later into the game though, when there's more powerful weapons and many more boarders come our way. It makes me very uncomfortable leaving them with damage though, as it is. Let's get out of here. Off to the next sector. Our options are NG-controlled sector or Zoltan-controlled sector. Well, it really doesn't matter at this point, but let's go over here to the Zoltan-controlled sector. That would gives us 2 options again, and it puts us in the middle so we can have 3 options next time depending on what we want. So, off to the Zoltan-controlled sector we go. Okay. The Zoltan patrol their borders, but let us pass on the Ideas Federation. Let's hope they won't be so courteous to the rebels. However, we're going to have to end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. This has been Vanguard of Valor, playing through FTL for our challenge run here, with no healing allowed of any kind. The VSS Panacea here has been doing us some good work, as well as its various crew, but this, like I said, is the end for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.